All right, what's going on, offensive line fans? Another week 3 breakdown of the left tackle class. Quick synopsis: Andrew Thomas had his worst game by far. It's only 3 games in, but he had some real struggles. Mekhi Becton looked good, but we're only going through 4 plays because he did get injured in the middle of the second quarter. Wills, some bad stuff, but some good stuff. You're fine with him. We'll start off with Wills since we haven't started off with Wills on a video yet, so each one gets to start off a video. Overall, you feel good about all these offensive tackles. Thomas had a bad game. Fans are always going to be like, especially Giants fans are going to compare it to Eric Flowers, but still very confident in him. Wasn't expecting him to be perfect, but we'll break it down and figure out what happened. All right, Jedrick Wills, week 3 versus Washington. Had some struggles. He did give up a sack. Was solid for the most part. Had 2 false starts. You don't want those, but, do we think this guy's going to have a false start problem in his career? No, but obviously you want to clean that up. And the sack, it wasn't like he just got totally destroyed. He did get beat, and it wasn't like a, quote-unquote coverage sack, which I'm not a big fan of that term anyways. But nonetheless, solid, nothing wowing. But again, you feel good about Jedrick Wills after this game. So, first play, go through a couple good pass sets. Kick. And then watch this right hand. Put the punch on him. Now, Sweat, which we'll talk about, he long-armed him. Sweat's got a long wingspan. He was able to get that. But watch Will's hands. Will's trying to fight, and he keeps his feet moving all in one. Again, nice punch here on 52. Washes him out. Baker gets rid of the ball. This one's nice because you see his hands and his feet just stay. They never stop working together. So just watch his feet. His feet never stop moving. While his hands are fighting, trying to get him off there. Good rep there. Like I said, Sweat longed arm a good amount of times and presses him in there. Now, he gets his guard or center ends up knocking him over. But Sweat was able to, get him back on his heels, and he does it again on this play. This next play, you might be able to call for hands to face because he literally knocks his helmet off. But you don't want that. You just don't want that, But Sweat's he was a top 20 pick out of Mississippi State, and then he's just got that wingspan, long as arms. Baker ends up turning it into a touchdown anyways. This one, his feet are really good. His feet just kind of get stuck in the mud. Punch, good counter, and then I don't think he was expecting that second counter. And just see his feet. His feet are stuck in the mud. Finish and find someone there, though. Those plays are going to happen. Finish and find someone there. This one is mental. So, these two are supposed to come out here. He sees that 54 is going to rush free. So, maybe that's his response. Maybe that play is his responsibility. But, once you've committed, commit. If you're going you'll hear me say these on these videos all the time. If you're going to make a mistake, make it at 100 miles per hour, because he ends up getting a nice little shove, but that's not like a guarantee that he stumbles on there. So might as well, once you've committed, commit and block 90. Baker ends up getting an intentional grounding on that one. Pretty obvious. I like Baker trying it though. So like I said, if you're gonna make a mistake, make it at 100 miles per hour. Gives up the sack here. Jump sets him. Sweat counters inside. And you'll see this with Thomas. And instead of powering down, that foot ends up hinging because because of the jump set. Good job trying to recover. You wash him up here, but nonetheless, he was getting that sack anyways. So it wasn't like he didn't get dominated on that play, but he did give up the sack. In the run game, nothing crazy. Good plays. A lot of stuff on the backside. Here, just a nice good push. Nice good push and punch to open that up. The guard does his job. Push and punch. That's all you're asking for out there. Opens up that hole for him. This one, he lets him get into his chest. He has a good feet, but you want a quicker punch, and don't let this guy into your chest. Ends up benching him off, making the tackle. Not the worst play in the world. And then these guys have all had troubles crossing face on these opposite side zones. Wills actually tries to cut it a lot. Sorry for the notification. And he's not able to cross on this one. But what I like I said, if you make a mistake, make it 100 miles per hour. You're not going to cross his face. Wash him. Wash him down. Wash him down and get the belly on him. Get the belly on him. So, solid game for Wills. The false starts, you don't want that. But like I said, I don't think you're going to worry about this guy having a false start problem in his career. The second sack, not a bad game, but I would rank this third of his 3 games so far. Mekhi Becton, he left the game in the second quarter with a shoulder injury. So I was looking at the injury report. He's questionable for Thursday night, but it looks like he's going to play. So I hope so. He's one of the only things on the Jets that you can look forward to watching. So, little behind the scenes on what I do here. I literally just I watch every play, and if it's a good play, like a good play that I think should be included, I take a note for it. If it's a bad play, I take a note for it. If I've seen that same good play or bad play a third time, I just all right, we've covered that. So like I said, it's gonna be short and sweet. It's only 4 plays. So we'll start. First play, pass, nice proportion. Good punch. That's how you want it. That's how you want it right there. Simple stuff. This one, his punch is great in the run game. Like great initial punch, but he leans a little bit, and you see 50 has that left hand on the shoulder, rips, and is able to move inside. Like I said, that happens in the NFL. I've seen him dominate that block many times, many more times than that happens. This one, man, it's just 5 seconds of pure domination. Just pure domination. And when I say 5 seconds, it's literally 5 seconds. Just making it look like easy work, man. I mean, Darnold's back there playing Houdini. And then Becton's just like, man, you do whatever you got to do. You do whatever you got to do. I got you over here, man. I mean, that's just dominant. And then Darnold gets the Jets' only score of the game right there. This one, like I said, that punch is nasty. His raw power in his punch is nasty. Bam! Now, you want him to finish it, but the reason it's a little harder to finish is because he just bench presses NFL players off of him. Bam! That shouldn't happen. You should, 97. That shouldn't happen to you. But also it should, because it's Mekhi freaking Becton. The guy's a bully, man. So, like I said, you only got a quarter and a half. And even then, it wasn't a lot of reps. So, hope he's doing well. Hope we get to see him tonight on Thursday night. But Becton, another impressive game in very, very limited action. All right, Andrew Thomas, week 3 versus San Francisco, struggled. Pittsburgh, he was dominant. Chicago, he was good, but he had a couple bad plays, including a sack. This game, he struggled in the pass game. San Francisco was doing some things, taking advantage of some things he needed to improve on coming out of Georgia, like his punch, fixing his footwork at times. Like he has that natural feel, but he had things to improve in, and that was so frustrating to me coming out of Georgia. Like this guy, his ceiling's not high because he doesn't have things to improve on. I was like, well, he needs to improve his footwork a bit and his punch, and those are 2 of the more easily fixed things. Where guys have a hard time not opening their hips. That's hard to improve. So he's definitely got some things to improve, and this was a rocky game. This was the worst game out of any of the 3 tackles in their 9 career games so far, by far. The difference between game 8 from these guys and game 9 is a big difference to me. So let's get a few good plays out of the way, and then we'll get into the bad. Good pass rep here. Good punch. Gets him off. Reloads. Punch again. Swings that foot. Wash him down. Good pass rep. Again, good step. Good punch. Good punch. Now watch this punch. Watch. His arms do not rotate. It's a straight punch. Bam. Bam. And then this is what I like about this play is when guys are trying to redirect or jump at a ball, you do not let them do that. You let them know that if you do that, you're gonna pay a price. Buries him. Buries him. Again. Picks up a stunt. Just buries it. Just tosses him. Tosses him. Do that. Do that. All right, good plays done on the pass game. Let's talk about the bad. Or actually, one more good one. Punch. Punch. Good. Not swinging his hands. Punch. Reload. Punch. Now, he leans a little bit. You can't, like, we got to fix that. All right, here we go. Here's the bad. Here's the problem in the punch. Watch his arms rotate. And he leans. You gotta have that all. You cannot lean. You gotta, instead of leaning, you have to have your head pop back as you punch. And he punches early and they get him on the inside move. Does a decent job recovering, but nonetheless. Next play. He just leans into it, and they're able to swim. Like I said, he recovers a decent amount because it's a quick pass. This one, okay, so set. He's going inside. This foot should be here. You should power down here and then slide with him. Instead, he opens it and drops it back, and that lets him get right here. Continue to wash. Don't give up on the play. I've seen left tackles get beat like that, and they turn around and throw their hands up, and it's a sack on the QB, so I'm glad he didn't give up on the play. But just got to power down on that. Power down on that. In college, he was able to just be better than people doing that. Like, he didn't have to have perfect footwork. In the NFL, if you don't take that right step on the power down, then you're going to get beat like he did right there. Here's the sack he gives up. So, set, punch, leans. Now, granted, this is 10 yards of depth, and I actually said this in the week 1 breakdown with Becton, that, like, it's not necessarily a bad play because he gets 10 yards of depth, but you want to be winning here and not here. Now, Becton got saved a ton because the right side was so bad, so by the time the defender got here, Darnold was over here running around and doing Houdini stuff. But you want to win here and not here, and that's what happens. Gets hurt on the play and ends up giving a sack. So the sack was actually one of, like, not his worst rep. There was much worse reps, and I left some stuff out of this, just because there was a lot of bad in this game. So let's talk about a few run plays. This one, Baldy did this one. You're doing a combo double to linebacker. He's got to be here. Here. Hip to hip. Hip to hip. You're not trying to wash him down. You're doing hip to linebacker. So if a linebacker flows here, Hernandez can come off. If a linebacker comes here, you can come off. Hip to hip. Hip to hip. Ends up giving up a bad play. He fixes it, though. Next play, fixes it. There we go. Hip to hip. You're not turned. Straight away. Linebacker comes off quick. Got it. Now, Hernandez ends up getting killed by Kinlaw on this play. There you go. There's a hole. Now, look. This could have been a huge play. But good job on Thomas. Like, you wall this guy off, and that's a good play for Thomas. And then last play in the run game, just a nice play. The wide receiver ends up screwing up the lead block. I don't know why Jason Garrett's using wide receivers as lead blockers. But just washes this dude down. Bam. Just getting big on him. Bam. Bam. So, a good amount of bad in this game. Like I said, this was the worst game by any of these left tackles to start their young careers. Now, people giving up on Thomas, you're nuts. You're nuts. But anyways, this was a bad game. So, got to clean up some stuff. Clean up the footwork, the punch. I'm confident that he will get better at that stuff. That's just stuff we knew he had to get better in going into the NFL. All right. That's week 3. Let me know what you think. Jets fans, hopefully Becton gets healthy because I want to see him be a part of this matchup. I'm sure he will. So like, subscribe, follow, all that bull crap. See you with the next video.